It started like any other morning. The sun seeped through the blinds of a small city apartment, painting the walls a lazy gold. Sarah Linden stirred beneath her sheets, scrolling her phone as she always did. Half waking, half searching for updates, messages, something to tether her to the world. But that morning, something felt off. Her email app refused to open. At first, she thought it was a glitch, a simple update gone wrong. But then she tried logging into her bank account. Error. Account not found. Her social media. Gone. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all vanished. Every profile, every post, every photograph she had ever uploaded, erased. Like she had never existed online at all. Panic set in, slow and creeping. Sarah had always been careful with her online presence. Passwords were complex, security questions arcane. Two-factor authentication guarded her like a fortress. Yet somehow, someone had breached it. Or worse, maybe she had been erased. She picked up the phone and called her best friend, Amanda. "Hey, did you get my email yesterday?" she asked, voice trembling. Silence. Then Amanda's confused voice, "Sarah, what are you talking about? I didn't get anything. Are you sure you're okay?" By that afternoon, the scope of it hit her. She wasn't just locked out. She was invisible. Search her name online. Nothing. No public records. No profiles. No mentions in any database. It was as if she had been scrubbed from the digital world entirely. A ghost in a city that thrived on footprints and connections. At first, she thought it was a hacker targeting her specifically. But nothing made sense. And then, as she frantically tried to retrace her life, she realized something even more terrifying: her identity wasn't just online. It had begun disappearing offline. Her utility bills, once accessible through online portals, now refused recognition. Her phone number had been disconnected. Even her apartment keycard, the one she had used for 3 years without incident, was deactivated. The building management insisted she had never existed in their records. Sarah called the police, voice trembling as she explained the situation. "We'll look into it," the officer said politely, but the tone carried doubt. They suggested identity theft, a cyberattack, anything, but nothing matched the scope of what she was describing. Her driver's license, her passport, her medical records, everything digital, everything tied to her identity, had vanished. She was, in the world's eyes, faceless. The first night she spent without access to her life, sleep was impossible. Every shadow in her apartment felt like it held a secret. Her reflection in the mirror looked alien, like she was staring at someone else's face, the Sarah she had been, but not the one who existed now. By the second day, paranoia had set in. She tried contacting coworkers, her bank, her doctor, anyone who could confirm she existed. But each interaction ended the same way: confused looks, polite refusals, suggestions of mistaken identity. Even her friends began to question her sanity. Sarah began documenting everything, taking notes and photographs with her camera, the one device that didn't require an account. But even those felt fragile. Without digital proof, her life could be rewritten, or erased, at any moment. A week in, she noticed something she couldn't explain. Old photographs showed a figure in the distance, blurred, always watching. At the time she dismissed it, but now it felt sinister. Someone had been observing her for years, patiently, silently, and she had only just noticed. Months passed. Sarah tried to rebuild her identity. Each attempt failed. Every institution, every verification process refused to acknowledge her. Even friends, after repeated failures from official channels, began to distance themselves. It was easier to forget her, to pretend she had never been there at all. She rented a small room in a cheap hotel downtown, living off cash, avoiding identification. But invisibility didn't feel like safety. It felt like exile. She had become a person who couldn't prove she existed. Then, one night, a single email arrived. No subject. No sender. Just a message: you were never meant to be alone in the data. We'll see you soon. Her heart froze. She had no way to trace it, no account to verify it. And yet, the feeling of being hunted intensified. Every step outside the hotel felt dangerous. Every passerby could be someone watching, someone responsible for her erasure. Desperate, she researched digital erasure services, tools used by governments, corporations, even criminal organizations to wipe identities completely. This wasn't ordinary cybercrime. This was targeted disappearance. And the more she learned, the more she understood: she hadn't been erased randomly. She had been chosen. Why? She didn't know. Perhaps her work, her network, a chance observation that threatened someone. She didn't know. But whoever had done this had resources, knowledge, and patience. They had anticipated her every move. And Sarah, once so connected, so visible, had become utterly alone. Even leaving the city didn't help. Hospitals, banks, hotels, doors closed. The faceless presence pursuing her seemed to be everywhere she turned. Yet Sarah survived. She learned to move like a shadow, to exist without leaving traces, to speak without creating records. She became invisible in a way she had never imagined. But the freedom came at a cost. Friends forgotten. Her past lost. Her entire existence rewritten by someone who decided she didn't deserve to exist. And every day, in the quiet moments, she wondered, how many others had been faceless before her? And how many would follow? Now, in a world filled with cameras, databases, and networks, Sarah Linden moves unseen, untraceable. A ghost among the living. And sometimes, when she catches her reflection in a window, she barely recognizes the woman staring back. The one who had been erased. The one who had survived. And somewhere, in the hum of the digital world, the people who erased her are still watching. Because in a world where everyone leaves traces, someone's absence is the most dangerous thing of all.